All right, welcome everybody to the second episode of Cote's Cube. Very special guest today, Mr. Mike Losness. Welcome to the Cube. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
So you're like a famous, traveling, highly photographed, videoed professional surfer. I mean, that sounds like the life to me.
Yeah, it's the best life any person could ever dream of, basically. Shoot, man, I love what I do, and I'm really stoked to get to do that.
2005 was a big year for you. Campaign 2, saw it, loved it. How was that experience for you? I know, you've talked about this before, but this is an exclusive Cote's Cube. You were at the premiere. I was sitting right next to you. How did that feel, being with all the surf stars of the world?
It's kind of something that you can't really put into words. For me, it's like, I started out watching those movies with, like, Momentum 2 and Focus, and, like, all of a sudden a couple years ago I started going on trips with guys that I, like, dreamed I would never surf with.
Yeah.
And you just become friends and hang out, and it's, like, this weird transition of, like, hanging out with, like, these superstar guys that you, like, thought you would never hang out with, and you have, like, when you were 12 years old, you had, like, walls of them on your wall. Like, it sounds really weird, but, like, I'm really good friends with Tim Curran now, and back in the day, I used to have, like, a Tim Curran wall.
A little kind of crush, like a crush.
Like a crush, yeah, fully. And so for me to get to be in that movie and just to go on those trips and experience all that and make friends and just, it's, like, so fun, dude. It's the best thing.
Yeah, and, obviously you have traveled the world. We got a travel issue coming out. Mm-hmm. What about, you got any tips you could give a kid who's maybe thinking about going on his first surf trip? Like, think back to your first surf trip. Did you forget anything? Did you get malaria? Did anything weird happen?
You know what? I think the best advice I can give is just not stress out. When I was younger and I was going on a surf trip, I was like, oh my God, like packing a week before and just like tripping out basically. And now it's kind of like, it just comes so easily to me. And it's just kind of like the day before I just throw all my shit together and go out the door, and when I was younger, I used to just stress way too much. So if anyone wants some advice, just freaking go with the flow and throw your boards and your wetsuit in your bag, and who cares about all the other crap, as long as you got your board and your wetsuit.
Yeah, everything falls into place.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, rapid fire segment, Cote's Cube. Best trip ever.
Oh, shoot.
This is rapid fire.
Dude, I go on so many good trips. I just went on this mental trip to Egypt. That was pretty sick.
All right. Favorite wave in the world?
Probably macaronis and chopu.
Favorite surfer?
Tough one. Rob Machado.
Favorite hobby besides surfing?
Probably photography.
Yeah, I noticed that you came in with a bunch of photos. You're going to show Pete Terrace. Talk to me a little bit about, that's your art? Is that kind of your outlet? Because obviously your job is to surf. Yeah. Which, I mean, who's got that job? So you got to choose a hobby, and it's photography. How did that come about?
I don't know. Like just going on all these trips and you become friends with the photographers. There's always a photographer, and just like, I kind of found an interest in it, and I just like taking pictures, and I think it's cool. And one day I'll come in here and Pete will say, wow, that's a really good photo, but it hasn't happened yet.
You could shoot a cover of yourself.
Pete mentioned that. He mentioned that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
That'd be cool. It'd be kind of weird, but
it's a very
cool
hard concept, but there's a way to do it.
What do you like taking photos of? Obviously, travel-related things, but what else? Anything weird? Like, do you have any weird, like, photo fetish?
No, I would like to get more into, like, portraits and stuff like that, but I don't really have the right camera for it, and so.
Well, we can do some tasteful nudes. I mean, tastefully. I mean, that's the key word here.
Yeah. Keep it clean, buddy.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time you come back, Mike will have a portfolio of some modeling shots for us that he's taken, and anything else in the future you have coming up, video parts. What's happening? Give us a lowdown.
I don't know, because campaign 2 is over right now, and it's kind of like they haven't really started making the campaign 3, and I don't know. I'm just doing like photo trips right now, and I think my first video trip for that is Mentawai's boat trip in May. So I'm just kind of cruising. I'm going on a boat trip next week to the Tuamotus. So that's pretty sick.
Life is tough.
I know. It's so tough.
Any new tricks, flips, kick flips, gonna get weird, or is that kind of just come along when you're on the wave?
Yeah, you kind of can't think about it too much, but you always got to be hoping that you're doing something new. I don't know. I got a couple things up my sleeve.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing that. 2006. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand for Mr. Mike Lostness. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for
It
having
was a
me.
pleasure to have you, buddy.
Thank you.